Okay, some of you want to know, where does all this stuff come from? And others of you want to know, who can shop here? Wendy, this is quite phenomenal. I don't use the word a lot, but I think it applies. And I want people to know right out of the gate, it isn't just bags. By the way, look at these new tags. Look at this. So, On Fire Ministries. I'm going to flip it because it's too cute. When those recipients get this, they get a love hug right there. You are loved. The bags are great, but that is actually just one part of it. When Tribal Chief Teresa Malila was here, she went home. I think you provided the suitcases and the stuff.
Yes.
And one of the things she was so excited about, an entire wedding ensemble. And in many of these poor communities, if they can get one, they're blessed. Whoever the bride is, they nip, they tuck, they lift. They make it work for every bride. And she got a ring bearer outfit. You wouldn't think they'd do this in Africa, but what a blessing.
Yeah, I've had several stores when they're closing will give me their contents. They'll have their final sale, and that's how I got the wedding dresses. We've sent them all over the world. One wedding dress will be the wedding dress for 3 communities, 3 villages. And the pastors can encourage marriage and that wonderful covenant that God has put in place. And yeah, we've had wonderful shoe stores, home decor stores where we raised over $6,000 with a garage sale selling lamps and chandeliers. It's been really...
I've seen shoes, you know, over $100 leather shoes in the boxes, brand new.
Yes, we get the end of the line. We get the samples. I've probably had about 20 skids so far of brand new shoes. The Fly shoes, they're $330 for their boots. We've sent them all over the world. Just recently we sent some to the Ukraine. And also some of the people might know Lululemons, and they had a major drive, and they gave us over 400 runners, and we've sent a lot of them already to Nigeria.
Generosity by the skid load. And how do they find out about you?
Sometimes it's word of mouth, obviously, and they Google us, they find us online. They want to learn how to sew a bag, and then next thing you know, they find out about our ministry. I've heard from every state in the U.S., every province in Canada. We have parcels shipped to our house every week. I come home and there's a big box there from Newfoundland, from Sopsarm, Newfoundland, Grassy Plains, BC, Davidson, Saskatchewan, all across Canada. It's really exciting. Quebec City.
This is so wonderful. Now, who can come to your warehouse? You're very generous, but there are stipulations.
Well, first of all, we have to give through a registered Canadian charity, and that's really important. That's our accountability, because we want to make sure that they're giving it to the right people at the right place. And so what happens is we connect with someone, we have a round table. I know what I have, and I need to know what they're going to do. If they're going to go visit a school or an orphanage, if they're going to put a well in a local community or visit a garbage dump. I know what I can give and provide. So we just kind of partner together, and no one can ever take all that we offer. I know that Richard's been many, many times, and he's going, Wendy, no, we can't. We're full. And so that's exciting, because we are full and overflowing. But what a joy to give just incredible gifts around the world.
Every continent
in the world. We've hit every continent, 90 countries. I think today we're at 145,000 bags. But another 150,000 other items like books, Bibles, bikes, blankets, just tons of other things.
Yeah, I don't want people to think this is all about that dreaded sewing machine. You didn't want that gift, did you?
No.
And look what God has done with the inspiration.
You know, I could easily sit until Jesus come back and sew bags, honestly, because there's such a joy. Like the warehouse, we're full and overflowing, but there's something special. Like this is an incredible bag, and I love it when our youth groups come and they love our gifts. And what happens is when they love it, then I know that the recipients around the world in a garbage dump or wherever are going to love it too. But I could easily sew those bags, because there's such a joy that just in giving is incredible.
God has changed your heart. Yeah. And to think this was taking over your home for 3.5 years. You literally ran out of almost breathing space in your home.
Yeah, for sure we did.
And then Crossroads came to the rescue.
Yeah, Jack Hawkins came, and I gave him an hour-and-a-half tour of our home. with stories and stuff, and I think they felt that I shouldn't have to live that way. But we didn't know. We thought it was for a season, and it ended up being 3.5 years. But
3.5 years in your house, 3.5 years in the Crossroads warehouse, the missions warehouse.
That's right.
And then January 25th, 2008. Oh, I'm so glad I could be there.
Thank you for coming. It was a wonderful event. We jam-packed that warehouse, and we just dedicated it to the Lord, and we've been blessed. It's been full, jam-packed to the ceiling ever since.
Take a look at this is just one little corner of a beautiful new space, which of course we just saw on video. What I love here, Wendy, is can you see the number on the back of the wall? I think that was 12. What is that number?
123,000.
To that point, those were the bags that had gone around the world. Here we are together, and that was a memorable ribbon cutting. What a happy! You didn't expect all the people that
No, I didn't.
Came.
But we were
cheerleaders.
We love the support, and So On Fire is based on partnerships. So we're so thrilled to have the support across Canada, local churches, all the youth groups,
and one of the most meaningful social clubs you could ever want to get in on. I just want to say to any in this area who might be wondering what they could do with their time, it's such a happy time to come in there and sew or stuff bags or whatever's needed.
Yeah, that's right. A lot of women love it. They say their lives have changed because of it, and so we're really thrilled to have from the youngest to the eldest come and help us. We have jobs for 3-year-olds, but you know, Moira, it's all about partnerships, and Jeff and I personally want to honor and recognize Crossroads for their faithfulness. You know how when Jesus healed the 10 lepers and one came back to say thank you? Here we are 2 years later, but we want to come back and say thank you for the 3.5 years of free warehouse space. Crossroads enlarged our territory. I couldn't receive skids and skids of boots and shoes and deodorant and all the things in my home. But now, through Crossroads, they enlarged our territory. We could receive more, give more. And so what we want to do is we want to buy a plaque in the Walk of Faith and just honor you and recognize the generosity of Crossroads. So it'll say, So On Fire, James 1:27, which is our theme verse. So we just want to thank you for that wonderful contribution.
Which is about true religion. Caring for widows and orphans, right?
That's right.
James 1:27. It will be wonderful to look along this beautiful path and just see So On Fire on there.
Well, you know, my father...
So many good memories.
20 years ago, I lost my mother and my brother in 2 months, and my dad bought a plaque remembering them, and we just remember them 20 years ago. They've passed away. And so we just think, I want to challenge others, if, you know, maybe they've forgotten about the walk of faith and that opportunity to remember someone and to support what an incredible ministry. What would we do without Crossroads? It's just a wonderful time for us to show our support.
Wendy, this is lovely. Thank you. And I'll take you up on that challenge and pass it on, because there is still space on our walk of faith. And it's especially beautiful in the spring. The flowers are lovely. It's people often stop to just come and meditate there, walk along or have a seat on the bench. And if you are interested in remembering a loved one or giving a gift to the ministry and a commemoration in this way, maybe just noting a favorite scripture as a tribute and thanksgiving to the Lord, you can be in touch with us. Do we need to see that page again? Here we go. 1-800-265-3100. We would love to hear from you.